Ever had one of those mornings where you wake up and the first thing you do is reach for your phone? Yeah, me too. Before you even realize it, you are knee deep in emails, social media, and news. All before your feet even touch the floor. It's like we are on autopilot. And while technology brings a lot of convenience, it's also quietly taking a toll on our mental health. Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am Satya, your friendly techie, who has been navigating the intersection of technology and life for more than the years I would like to admit. Today we are tackling a topic that's very close to my heart and I suspect to many of yours as well. The impact of technology on mental health. In our hyper-connected world, it's easy to forget how those constant pings, notifications, and endless scrolling are shaping our mental well-being. In this video, we will explore the good, the bad, and the ugly of how technology affects our mental well-being. We will talk about the benefits, the drawbacks, and most importantly, how to find balance. Stick around and I will also share some personal experiences and tips on how I manage to keep my sanity in this hyper-connected world. So let's dive in. First up, let's talk about how technology is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's amazing. We can connect with anyone, anywhere, anytime. Need to video call a friend across the world? Done. Want to learn something new? There is an app for that. But on the flip side, the constant connectivity can lead to information overload, anxiety, and burnout. Remember when the internet was slow and waiting for a page to load give you time to breathe? Now everything is instant, and that's not always a good thing. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. Too much, too fast. And don't even get me started on notifications. They're like toddlers, always demanding your attention at the worst possible moment. One of the biggest challenges with technology is the pressure to always be on. We are expected to reply to emails instantly, stay updated on the latest news, and be active on social media. This constant connectivity can lead to burnout and a feeling of never being able to truly disconnect. There was a time when leaving work meant you were done for the day. Now work follows you thanks to that little device in your pocket. It's no wonder we are all feeling the strain. It's like being a superhero, but except instead of saving the world, you are just answering emails at 11 p.m. Social media can be a great way to stay connected, but it's also a breeding ground for anxiety and comparison. We see everyone's highlight reels and forget that real life is much messier. The pressure to keep up can take a toll on our mental health. Have you ever found yourself comparing your life to someone else's Instagram feed? It's easy to forget that what we see online is carefully curated, not reality. Remember, just because someone's life looks perfect online does not mean that they are not eating noodles for dinner in real life. Information overload is another big issue. We have so much information at our fingerprints, but too much it can lead to decision fatigue, anxiety, and even paralysis. Sometimes less really is more. Ever tried to keep up with the news cycle? It's exhausting. There is always something new happening and it can feel like you are drowning in information. It's like trying to eat at a buffet where new dishes keep appearing. You are full, but you keep piling more on your plate because you don't want to miss out. Next up, let's talk about the signs of tech-induced stress. It's sneaky. Most of us don't even realize we are stressed until it hits us hard. Ever felt anxious when you hear about phone buzz? Even if it's just a harmless notification? Or found yourself getting irritated by constant interruptions while you are trying to focus? Those are clear signs. It's like playing a game of guess who is stressing me out. Spoiler alert, it's probably your phone. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked. How technology impacts our sleep. It's 11 pm and you tell yourself you will just check one last email or watch one more video. Suddenly it's 1 am and you are wide awake, staring at the ceiling. We have all been there, right? That blue light from screen messes with our melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep. This constant stimulation keeps our brains active when we should be winding down. It's like your phone has a superpower, the ability to keep you up all night. Who needs sleep when you can scroll endlessly, right? Wrong. I have had nights where I thought I was going to read a quick article and then 2 hours later I am deep into a YouTube rabbit hole. The next day I am exhausted and grumpy, and it's a cycle that's hard to break. Next up is gaming. Again, a double-edged sword when it comes to mental health. On one hand, it's a great way to unwind, escape, and even socialize. On the other hand, too much of it can lead to stress, anxiety, and social isolation. Imagine playing a game late into the night, feeling the rush of victory or the sting of defeat. It's thrilling, but after hours of intense focus, you might feel drained and irritable. Gaming is like that friend who convinces you to stay out for just one more drink. Fun in the moment, but not so great the next day. I have been guilty of losing track of time while gaming, thinking it's just a quick session. But when I finally stop, it's 2 am and I am left wondering how I will function the next day. Let's turn our attention to the little ones. Technology is a double-edged sword for kids too. It's educational and entertaining, but it can also lead to issues like reduced attention span, social skills, and even anxiety. Think about how kids are growing up today. iPads instead of building blocks, video games instead of outdoor play. It's a different world. And while there are benefits, the constant screen time can have long-term effects on their mental health. Remember when screen time was just the time spent watching Saturday morning cartoons? Now it's a full-time job for kids. As a parent, I have seen how technology can both engage and overwhelm my son. Finding that balance between using it as a tool and letting it take over is a constant challenge. Finally, let's gaze into the crystal ball and talk about future trends and emerging technologies. AI, VR, and wearable tech are just the beginning. But how will this advancement affect our mental health? Imagine a future where you are wearing VR glasses all day or relying on AI to manage your daily tasks. It sounds cool, but the constant connectivity and immersion could lead to new forms of stress and anxiety. It's like living in a sci-fi movie, but instead of battling aliens, we are battling notifications and digital overload. As someone who loves tech, I am excited about what's coming, but I am also cautious. It's all about balance, embracing the benefits while being mindful of the potential mental health impacts. Let me share a personal story. A few years ago, I was completely consumed by technology, work, social media, news. I was constantly plugged in. It was not until I started feeling anxious and burned out that I realized I needed to make a change. I remember lying in bed, scrolling through emails, and feeling my heart race instead of winding down. That's when I knew I needed to make a change. I started setting boundaries, like turning off notifications after work hours and making time for activities that don't involve screens. It was not easy, but the small changes made a big difference in my mental health. So, How can we find balance in the world that never turns off? Here are a few strategies that have worked for me and might help you too. First, set clear boundaries. Turn off notifications after work and give yourself permission to unplug. Second, make time for activities that don't involve screens. Whether it's going for a walk, reading a book, or spending time with loved ones, it's important to disconnect regularly. Third, practice mindfulness. It can help you stay grounded and reduce the anxiety that often comes with constant connectivity. Remember, it's okay to disconnect. Your phone will still be there when you get back. To sum it all up, technology is a powerful tool, but it's important to use it mindfully. By setting boundaries, taking breaks, and staying connected to the real world, we can protect our mental health while still enjoying the benefits of tech. Remember, a balanced mind leads to a happier life. So, what steps will you take to improve your relationship with technology? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content on mental health and well-being. Until next, take care of yourself and remember to unplug every once in a while.